Say you need a friend. No matter the distance, I will always be there. No more inhibition.
Dear God, I just need some peace right now. I know that all things come in your perfect timing, but sometimes it's just so hard to wait. I hold on to too much. I think too much and worry too much. And I just need an uninterrupted breath, a fraction of time to step back and feel your presence, to let all that is heavy fall away, to clean my mind of all that does not serve my spirit. Help me to rest in your promises, to find some sleep for this tired body. Fill my lungs with your quiet hope. Amen. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Epoxy Me That. How are you? I hope doing okay. And I want to thank you for showing up today. Today, we're going to make some molds, my friends. Yes, since y'all enjoy watching me make molds, then I thought, let's just do some molds today. I have a few that I need to go ahead and make, so I thought I'd bring you along for the journey. I'm going to go ahead and pour my new rhinestone mold here. So let's go ahead and do that one. Also, do y'all remember the mold that I poured? I'm trying to find it. I can't find the mold, but here it is. Remember, I made it from a bead. One of these beads. Well, I have an idea for these. So, and we're going to do it in a video, but we need a few more of them. So I'm going to go ahead and pour 2 more. So we're going to pour those in these little cups right here. So that's the mold housing for those. That's the mold housing for that. Then we're going to pour. Remember, I got in this squirrel mold from one of my subscribers. And I wanted to make a phone/tablet stand out of it. But I didn't have a mold of a nut. I wanted to place a little nut in front of the squirrel. I ordered this off of Amazon. And my friend, it is so cute. Look at this. Isn't that so cute? So we're going to make a mold out of this today. So we'll be ready to pour our squirrel with the new mold that we make to do this tablet/phone stand. So if you want to see how I get on with that, kick back, relax, and let's get to it. I found this little cup right here, and it's flat on the bottom, so you don't need to pour any resin in it to level it out. And this is heavy enough, it's not going to float. So we're just going to place our nut right there in the cup. And that's what we're going to mold that in. Now I have these 2 glass fauceted birds. They were on a cute little ring dish, and one of my daughter's little kids that she babysits came over and knocked it over and broke it. So I was able to save my little birds. Only thing is, we had to glue the tail back on right there on this one. And I don't think that one's going to cast very well. But you could put some little rhinestones or something around the tail. So I'm going to go ahead and cast him. But this one is going to be perfect. See, they broke off right there. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, I have my heat gun on. I'm going to put some glue on the bottom of there. And I'm going to place this one down in the cup here. And that's how we're going to mold this one. But I just don't know if I really want to fool with this one or not. Let's just do this one. And I know I was going to make a mold out of these right here. Remember, we made these and I said that I would pick 3 of them to mold, so I'll let you all vote on which ones would make the final cut. And we are going to do these still, but I want to do these first. So we'll do these maybe next week, or if we get to them this week, because Tuesday is going to be tested Tuesday. Wednesday is coasting through the week, so maybe Friday we can get to these if y'all want. If not, then I'll stay on schedule and we'll do what I had planned for Friday. If not, then we'll do these. Let me know what you all want to do. But this made the cut. This one, this one, and this one. That's the three we'll be making a mold out of. I did have someone ask me, well, Tammy, how are you going to mold this one? Because if you pour silicone in the back, then when you pull it out, it's just going to be silicone. I don't know, my friend. But just so we'll find out what it's going to do, we're going to make a mold of this one too, so we'll know. Okay? Okay, my glue gun's ready, so I'm just going to put some right on the bottom right there. And I'm going to hold him there until it adheres to the cup. Now that's ready. And on this right here, you see how that's flat on the bottom? What I like to do on my pieces like that is I like to take my transfer tape from my Cricut. And it doesn't have to be a perfect circle, as long as it'll fit in the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to take that transfer tape, and it's sticky side up, so I'm going to place this right in the center of it, push it down real good on my piece, and now when we demold this and pull this tape off, we'll have a nice, perfect place for us to pull that out, and it won't be no cleanup to do around it. And I'll show you what I mean when we get it out. I also have a little flower pendant here that I want to make a mold of. I think it's beautiful. And I already have that ready. There's a piece of transfer tape in the bottom. There's a piece of transfer tape in the bottom of this one, so it's ready to go. And I already have a piece of transfer tape in the bottom of this one. And I like using these right here. If you get in any kind of jewelry or any kind of hardware pieces in a little plastic thing like this, keep it, because these are nice mold housings. Very nice. And then you can just put your silicone in there and close the lid, and nothing, no debris falls in there or anything. So I absolutely love these. I got in some Happy Mail. So let's get in here and see what it is. I have not opened this one. I know that it's Happy Mail because I didn't order anything. Okay, it says, a gift for you. This is for Try It Tuesday. I have seen it used on another channel for resin. They say it's very pigmented, and I wanted to see how it looks in resin, and I love the name of it, so I thought I'd give you a giggle from Jeannie B. Oh goodness, there's no telling what's inside this bag, my friends. Jeannie, she's a character. Y'all gotta watch her. Unicorn spit. Thank you, Jeannie. I have seen Mary from Resin Me Up use this. I believe last year. I don't remember what she used it for, but I do remember wanting to try it. So that's going to be awesome for Test It Tuesday. Yes, that's going to be so much fun. Thank you, Jeannie. So I'll be thinking of what we can do to test this out. And I'm putting your name over here in my giveaway container, Jeannie. We'll be doing that in September. And I can't wait. My box is already ready. I've had so much fun packing it, and it's ready to go. Just waiting on September. All right, let's get back to the video. Okay, I got my scales out here. My time clock set for 3 minutes. We're going to use the Bond Crafter silicone rubber. This is what they sent me to review, and I've got a little bit left of it, so we're going to use it. I'm going to put you on a time lapse while I get it weighed out. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and pour both of them into this cup right here, and then we're going to get to stirring. And I like to use this big stick right here. I don't know why, but I do when I'm messing with silicone. To me, it gets all my silicone out of the cup. So much better than anything I've ever used. I don't know why, but it just does. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about trying out my new little silicone things that I got. And you want to try to get all that silicone out of the cup. Let's try to use this right here. Let's see if it'll get all of it out better than anything else. Oh yes. This is gonna be the thing to use for your silicone too. It gets everything out of that cup. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and start stirring and set my timer. And I'll meet you back when I'm done. Okay, our timer went off. Now what I'm going to do here is I want to make my mold 2 different colors. So I'm going to use my Duo Violet Brass and my Magenta. So what we're going to do is we're going to half this right here. I'm going to pour some in there. And then I'm going to put some of my purple in there and some of my magenta in here. And then get them stirred up. Okay, now I'm going to go put these in my debubbler and get all the bubbles out. And then I'll meet you back. And we'll be ready to pour. Okay, I'm probably going to have to mix up some more, but we'll go ahead and start with what I got. Now I'm going to go ahead and pour in my mold right here. And I'm just going to start in each corner, because I want my mold to be two-tone. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. And that's plenty in there. So I'm going to take my little tool right here and I'm just going to twirl that around. Right like that. Okay, now let's go ahead and pour our walnut. Okay, I got everything poured but the bird. So I'm going to mix up a little bit more and we're going to get this one poured. And I made up another mold. So I'll have, if I have any left over, I can pour it. And I'll show that to you in just a minute. Okay, I got this one ready. These are all things that Dawn from Dawn's Crafty Corner sent me. All these little inclusions. So I placed them all down in here and I thought I'd make a little mold of them. Look at the little tiny lips. Little cherries, little mustaches, and these butterflies are so cute. Look at them. Aren't they beautiful? And then those little frogs. So we'd have our own frogs. We'd have our own cherries, little lips, little kitty cats, little ice cream cones. And these little hearts right here, they have like some little crystals in them. See? When I turn them to the side, you see them flashing? And they're also faceted in the center. So maybe they will make for some really pretty inclusions. So we're going to pour that one too. And see, this is another container that I kept. That something was shipped to me in and I kept it. Great mold housings. And then you can just close it and nothing's getting in there after you, to let it cure. Which you don't have to cover anything that's silicone making a mold. But I like to do it anyway. Okay, I've got my silicone mixed up and I put a different color in this one. So we're going to go ahead and do the bird first. And then, if we have any left over, we'll do this one. And we're not going to have any left over. Wow, that filled that up. That's going to be a really cute bird, though. Be a really cute mold. Really, really cute. All right. I'll just do this one another time when I pour some more silicone. I will see you all when it's time to demold them. See you later. Our molds are finished and I'm ready to get them out. We're going to cast in a few of them. Well, I say that. Let me check the video and see how much time has gone by. And if we have enough time, we'll cast in a few of these. So what I like to do is, trying to find my little tool. I found it. I like to go around the mold and just take the edge of that and release the mold from the edges. Just walking around it. And then I just take it and poke it down in there until I'm able to get my finger in there and get it up. Man, that tape was holding on, wasn't it? Because I took the two-sided tape and I put it on the transfer tape so it would stick to the container. So now we have a little bit of cleanup to do. And I'm just going to take these scissors and just clean around this outside. And now we're left with the silicone that got underneath my transfer tape, which is no big deal because we're just going to pull it and it's going to come right off of there. If not, just give it a little bit of a snip from the scissors and it's going to leave us a perfect area for our piece. That's why I like to put the transfer tape underneath. And you want to save your little pieces of silicone because you can throw those in your next mold. Okay, now we're ready to pop it out. Oh, I hope this worked. Oh, I hope it worked, my friends. What do y'all think? I guess we won't know until we pour in it, right? But when you're demolding a piece like this, excuse me, you're going to see some of your little pixie diamonds. And what I do is I just put them and I place them to the side because those are not cheap. They're expensive. So I will just put them back in my container. I'm so excited, you guys. Let's go ahead and pour this one. Yes, I don't care if we don't have time. Let's just do it. I'll be fast. You also want to keep this right here. Now let's say I lost one of these on the side. Then you want to go ahead and replace that one. But if this piece is going to work and it's going to make us a nice mold, then we want to keep this as our master. So that way we'll always have this to make some more. Okay, let's go ahead and do this little flower right here. I found this little charm somewhere and I thought it was so cute, so I had to make a mold out of it. Isn't that cute? I think it's going to make a beautiful flower. And there it is. Turned out so pretty. Look at those petals. That's going to be a pretty flower. All right, on to the next one. Now on these, I know a lot of people say silicone cures to silicone, and that is true. But these little silicone cups right here, cupcake cups that I get from my local Walmart, I don't know why, but they perfectly make a mold housing. I mean, it is fully cured and everything. I know it's weird, but it works. Somebody asked me, what made you even try that, knowing that silicone fuses to silicone? I said, I don't know. I have to know things. So I do things that other people normally wouldn't do. All right, now you see how I pulled that tape off of there? And when I did, none of the silicone got underneath it, which that is always wonderful when that happens. Because now we don't have any cleanup to do. Watch this. Perfect mold right there, my friends. That's why I use the transfer tape in hopes that you get this. It won't always happen, but it will sometimes. Now there's our sparkly crystal mold. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, I'm going to put this over here. Make sure I put that up. Now we got one more to do, like that one. And to get it started, I just take something prickly and I just get it, started right there. That's all you got to do, just get it started. And then flip it out, give it some pressure, and then it will just release from the silicone cup here. And it makes a perfect, cute little mold. Now let's see if any of the silicone got underneath this one. Yay! It did not. We got so lucky with this one. That is always awesome. And there's our beautiful crystal mold. And I have a idea for these. I needed 3 of them though. We've already made one. I just got to find it. And we're going to do this in another video. I'm going to show y'all what I come up with using these pieces. Okay? So stay tuned for that. Now let's go ahead and get this out. This is our glass bird. I'm going to walk around the cup here and get it away from the cup. Alright, now I'm just going to get my piece down in there. Get it out. And there's our glue. Now we got to figure out how we're going to get our bird out. Okay, I got him out. I don't know if I should have taken him out zigzag or not, but we will go ahead and pour him. I don't know if we'll do it today, but we'll pour him and see what we get. But it looks like it's going to be okay the way I got him out. So we'll just have to wait and see. Now this one. This is our walnut. And I'm going to go ahead and just break this cup to get it out. Okay. I'm not worried about cutting the top to get it out because we're going to be sitting it flat. Okay, so I had to cut it down zigzag because I did not know that the silicone was going to hold on to the walnut. It went in little areas of our nut here. If I can even get it out. See, the silicone went down in parts of the walnut. Okay, I finally got it out. Now, let me show you what happened. You see all through here? The silicone went down into those little tiny gapes in the walnut. And I wonder if I would have placed a, like some silicone, this stuff right here, my silicone pouring oil, or some of my mold release conditioner. I wonder if I would have sprayed some of this in there. Or some of my mold release, amazing mold release. This probably would have been a better choice. I wonder if I would have sprayed the walnut with that, if it would have released a little bit better. So that's what happened. That's why I had so much trouble getting the walnut out. Because some of these areas in the walnut are really deep. And I didn't notice that. See there? You see how I'm pulling it out, digging it out of the walnut, the silicone? I mean, some of the areas in this little walnut are pretty deep. I did not notice that. I mean, I can get all of the silicone out and we can recast the walnut. But before I do that, and see, it only done it over here. It didn't do it over here because these areas here are not deep through the walnut. But when you get around here, they are. There's some really deep places in the walnut that makes it look very realistic. That one right there is the worst one out of the whole walnut. This area right here is the worst. Look at that. You see how deep that went? That's why I was having such a tough time getting it out. I was wondering what in the world was going on because I shouldn't have had to cut it down zigzag like that. But we're going to go ahead and pour in it because I don't need the whole walnut. If I can just get half of the walnut for my squirrel, I'll be happy with that. And I'm pretty sure we can do that. So we're going to go ahead and pour half of this. And we'll tie it up in a rubber band like we always do. And we're going to pour half of the walnut. Okay? We've got one more mold right here. And I'm going to go around the edges just to release the mold. Man, that double-sided tape underneath there is really hanging on. I mean, it really holds the pieces down. It really does. See? They're not going anywhere. But it's kind of tough to get it out. Okay. Now let's take our pieces out and see what they look like. Look at that sparkle in those hearts. Can y'all see that? These came out so cute. Thank you, Dawn, for those. They made a beautiful mold. Let's get our froggies out and take a look at them. Let me cut this excess off right here. Okay. Well, some of the silicone got underneath that frog. But it didn't on the other one. Look at that. It made a perfect little frog. Isn't that neat? Oh, I can't wait to pour those little frogs. Now we have our own little frogs and we don't have to buy any. Yep. Let's get the butterflies out. Got a little bit of... No, we don't. No, we don't. Yeah, there is some. There's a little bit of silicone right there. Get it out of there. A little bit right there. And there's a perfect butterfly. And this one didn't have any silicone on it, so that one came out perfect. The silicone got underneath some of them, and it didn't on others. Let's check our mustaches out. Oh, they look good. They are also sparkly with a diamond look. So now we have diamond cut mustaches. Look at the little ice cream cones. Those turned out so cute. Let's check out our cherries. Well, silicone got underneath that one. Check that one out on the end. No silicone got underneath it. It's perfect. I just got to clean those up a little bit. Let's check our lips out. Now we can make our own lips and we don't have to buy them. Let's check our little cats out. Wasn't that a cat? Yes. It's the little cats. And they turned out perfect. Now we have a cute little mold with all kinds of inclusions in it. Turned out so cute. So keep your boxes that you get like this. They are wonderful mold housings. Okay, I've got my resin. I'm using the Bond Crafter epoxy resin. I mixed up four. Hang on, y'all. I mixed up 40 milliliters of A and 40 milliliters of B for a total of 80 mils. And the reason I'm showing you scraping my cup out here is because you really need to try these silicone scraping cups that are on Amazon. I will put them in my description box because they get every bit of your resin out of your cup. They have this little, see that? They have that on the end, and it just gets every bit of your resin out of your cup. There is no more struggling to get all of it out. It gets every little drop. So, you need to try these out. Now, I have my resin right here. separated into 2 different cups, and that's going to be for the little crystal mold, that dog bone that we just made. And I'm making that for my grand dog, Lulu. And then we're going to pour the walnut. And then my turtle needs some feet, so we're going to pour him some feet. And then that's all we're going to do in this video. I'm going to do purple and pink in my Mod Podge alcohol ink for the dog bone. And I don't know if I want to do my walnut and glitter or alcohol ink yet, so I'm still thinking on that one. Now I'm going to add just a drop of this Elmer's glue in there so the glitter does not sink. Just put a tiny, tiny drop. This right here keeps your glitter from sinking. And we're going to get it stirred up, and it will make your glitter look real gloopy, or your resin. It'll make it look really, really gloopy. And that's fine. It's doing its job. Nothing wrong with it. Okay, I got them all poured. Now I'm going to go ahead and run my heat gun over them right quick, pop any surface bubbles. And then we're going to spritz some alcohol, pop those surface bubbles, and then I will meet you back when it's time to demold them. See you later. Alright, y'all ready to demold these? Let's go ahead and get our turtle feet out first. Where's Chewy? Get on over here, Chewy. Come on. He's coming, y'all. He's just a little slow. Here he is. Get on over here and get your feet, boy. See, these are just like the feet that he had in his little mold. See? There's the original ones that we took a mold of. And they're just the same, identical. These may be a little bit bigger, but Chewy's so small, he wants to be a little taller anyway. So he's fine with the bigger feet. We talked about it, you know, and yeah. He's more than okay with having bigger feet. Okay. I'm going to just get them all out, and then we'll put them on there. I'm going to lay them to the side. It'll be a minute, Chewy. Because I'm going to demold these other pieces. And then you'll get your new feet on. Yeah. Oh, you're going to like those. Oh, you looking tall, boy. Yeah. Alright, let's get this one out. And when you have a mold cut down like that, you're going to have just a little film of resin where it was zigzagged at. And sometimes you may not have any. But all that does is come right off. And you never know it, and you'll never see it. See there? You can't see nothing on that, can you? Absolutely nothing. So there's our nut, walnut. And that's going to go on my squirrel tablet / phone stand, but I don't know if I like it being that color. I don't know if I like that glitter in it. What do y'all think? Do y'all like that? I don't know if I like that color. I guess it depends on what color the tray and everything's going to be. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to set it to the side and we'll see. Now this is the one I'm waiting for. I pray this works. Oh, please let it be right. Because the last ones I made, you could see gaps in my diamonds. And I'll get the turtle and show you in a minute for those of you that missed that video. Oh my, that's beautiful. Wow. Wow. I think I did it. I did it. I did it. Oh my goodness, I did it. I did it. I did it. Yes, yes, yes. I can work on some more ideas that I have. Yes. But you know what? I'm just thinking, I wonder if we should have done this clear so we really could have seen everything. But I don't see any flaws in it. I really don't. And for those of you that didn't see the diamond turtle mold that I made, it's right here. Where the problem I had with it, and the piece before that one, this has been a journey, my friends, a journey. You see those gaps right there? And right there? And there? And there? And then there were areas where you could see the glue that came up between my stones. And the silicone grabbed that too. And that showed up in my piece. So I'm thinking about redoing this turtle with this new way that I got. But I don't know. I may do something before this one and I might come back to this one. I don't know. I'll have to see. I went ahead and cast it in this one because I had something else I did last night and I had resin left over. So y'all might as well see it now. That's the little kitty cats. They turned out so cute. And this is the hearts. And they have that diamond, the diamonds dancing around and around the edges there. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but it's just a sparkling. This is the little frogs. And they turned out so cute. So cute. This is the little butterflies. And they're a little deep because they were pretty big for a butterfly. Let me turn it to the side and show you how. See? That's pretty thick for a little butterfly. I don't know where Dawn got those at, but they're really nice. Especially when you make a mold yourself of them. Let's get a little ice cream out. That's the little ice creams. These are the little cherries. And I think they're so much cuter, transparent looking, than opaque. And they were made opaque. Here's the original. The lips were made opaque, but the cherries weren't. The cherry has a transparent look to them, so. But the lips, see, that's the original, and that's opaque. And the one I made's transparent. I like the transparent look better. I like them both, but I like the transparent better. Okay, here's the mustache. And it's very sparkly. And, alright, we got one of each out. And they're all the same, so you're not missing anything. This video is getting long, my friends, so I need to get out of it. I'm going to show you all the difference in these right quick. This is the original frog. And this is my frog. Alright. This is my mustache. No. This is the original mustache. This is my mustache. See? Identical. You just get to change the color now. And then this is the original cat. This is my cat. You just put him some little eyes and whiskers on, and then you're good to go. I don't know if you could see him on that one, though. You probably could. Okay, this is the original butterfly. And this is my butterfly. Now, that's not the colors I would have chosen for one, but it's the resin that I had left over from what I was doing last night, so. But now I get to make the butterfly any color I want, because I made my own mold of it. This is the original ice cream. And this is my ice cream. And you could also put some little tiny pixie diamonds in the cone and make it even cuter. And add maybe 3 or so to the ice cream. That would be cute. And then this is the original heart. And this is my heart. Once again, that's the colors I had left. It's not what I would choose, but it's what I had left. And then here are the cherries. This is the original, and this is mine. Original's on the left, mine's on the right. And that's all of those. I thought I'd show you those right up against each other so you could see. And before anyone says on my turtle here, well, it has gaps because you didn't put the stones on right, close enough. No, that's not what happened. The spaces that you see empty, I dropped pixie diamonds in there. The little tiny ones. And the glue went in this all around the edges of them, and it was just a complete mess. So it made just gaps. It was just terrible. So that's why that happened the way it did. I didn't want anyone to say, well, it's got gaps because you didn't put the diamonds close enough together. No, that's not what it was. I had all the diamonds I know need to be right next to each other. But I wanted to pour the pixie diamonds in certain areas. And that's what I was trying to do on the turtle. But it didn't work out because I wasn't doing it right. And it took me forever to get to this point. Trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. Going through so much silicone, so much resin. Yeah, it's been a journey. But that's how we get where we want to be, right? Oh, I poured that little tiny flower too. I just seen it over there and thought, oh goodness, they might want to see that. Now this is a tiny flower. I'm hoping it's done because I don't want to ruin it. Let's see here. It's a little soft, but I think it'd be okay. And there it is. Whoops. Turned out beautiful. So beautiful. And those petals, they're so close together that I kept having to take my little stick here, but I had a smaller one, a real tinier one, and I kept having to go around the petals to make sure there were no bubbles in there. And I still see a bubble over here. But yeah, this is going to be really cute. Now I'm just going to snip that part off right there. Right like that. Because I don't need that part on it. And I won't know about my little bird yet because I haven't casted in it yet. It's the only one I did not cast in. So I'll show y'all that one in another video. I think Chewy's feet are dry now. And he's tall and proud and looking cute. Check him out. Isn't he cute? I need to, I got his back foot back there. See? It's not quite level. Because I need to, I didn't glue them on there really good. Because I'm going to pull them back off and sand them a little bit. But yeah, that's going to work out perfectly for his little feet. So my mold wasn't a waste after all. What do y'all think about my two-tone molds? Do you like the purple and the pink mold? I think it turned out cute. And it's about that time, my friends, for a sweet goodbye. And I will see you in the next video. God bless you. Goodbye, my friends.